Hello friends, hi, welcome back. Today let's discuss what happened to Nifty today and what's going to happen tomorrow and what are all we discussed the previous day and whether it worked out for us or not. And what we discuss option chain versus FII data, and also option chain versus strike price and how the open interest has changed in a intraday. And also we discuss some of the stocks like ITC, Reliance, what we continuously discussing in the previous day because the chart technicals are very good. So how it's going to perform this day and tomorrow. Let's start. So let's start with the Nifty. So Nifty weekly candle. So we have seen the doji kind of pattern and then there was a confirmation. So which means that there will be a gap down, or else when if it is a flat open, we could see the red candle, but it was opened like 300 points gap down and it formed a doji for today. So this is a weekly candle. Let's coming to day candle. See, it's a perfect doji. So where there is no decision, but as there is a gap down, there is a lot of bearishness involved. We can see this in the option chain. And yeah, what are these blue and red lines? So when I keep the visibility on for 100 EMA and 200 EMA, so this is the 100 EMA which we already in gap down it breakdown happened. So in whereas in 200 EMA, so 1700 and 183, it went down but it took support and then the close was above 200 EMA. So what we expect, so for now the Nifty should be in the range between 180 and 318 in the futures chart, which is between 100 EMA and 200 EMA. So below this there should be a good support. If this breaks, there can be the 17,000 level which we can see very soon if this breaks, which is a very round support, and also the open interest support that can be. And also on the top level, so 100 EMA is a very good resistance, it will act as. So until it crosses 17,300, again we cannot take many bullish positions. Okay, so let's see how it performed in an intraday. So I am opening 5-minute chart for you. So gap down and there was a bit consolidation for some time and then went down, consolidation, went down, again there was a small pullback happened. So coming to the 15 minutes candle, we can see so for the trades, I can say when we want to initiate the fresh trades, we can't take the trade here because already it is a gap down like 300 points. We can't expect more downside for Nifty, but there was downside happened. So we need to wait for our positions to get right because there is a 200 DMA support. We need to see whether it should test. So if it tests, whether it takes support there or not. So it broke here and after some time it took with this engulfing pattern, not completely engulfing, it's like a piercing pattern. So once the piercing pattern forms, it gave some support. So here we can sell, we could have sold here, P is below this points and the stop loss could be at this one. So this is a very good trade for P sell as in intraday. So overall the market is bearish, but as an intraday if you want to trade, this is the only point where I could see that we can take some trade. Or else here also we can take some, we could have taken some bearish trades keeping that stop loss of this. Okay, so coming to the option chain and FII data. So firstly we'll go for the option chain. See the option chain data, how it changed. 40 million calls added and only 16 million puts are added. So where the calls have been added here, 17,400 we got around 5.2 millions and 17,400 and 17,500 we have 3.6, 17,300 and 17,200 also we got a huge call addition. Whereas puts, I don't see any significant put additions here nearby. Okay, overall the PCR is 0.5 and there is a towering resistances, but there is no proper kind of support. The conviction is towards calls, but there is no conviction for put writers. And the VIX was also increased to 8.7%, which means there is a lot of again uncertainty if there is a gap down that much. So obviously the VIX will increase. So coming to the option chain, indirectly this one which we saw here, so this is the one. See, there is no proper kind of support. The only support we can think of is like this is 17,000, which is only 33 lakh contracts, whereas here 17,200 is also a good resistance, 300 resistance, 350, 400, 450, 500, 550, 600. So at every point, every 100 points and 50 points we have a huge towering resistances that we can see. So let's see if there is some any good news or event happening around at the same time, or at least some bit of positivity. So there could be seen some support, but for now we cannot see any proper conviction towards put writers. Okay, so coming to FII data, DI data, lot of puts long compared to calls, more than like thrice, 4 times I guess, yeah, around 3.5 times. In calls they have long calls but only the less quantity, whereas puts they have long puts for around 18,000 quantity. So which means there is a lot of bearishness for FII activity. Stocks, they sold like 6,300 crores cash, which is like huge in the recent times. Okay, let me show like 20 rows. Okay, no man, I think it's a very huge, I guess, even in the recent times. So this is the one which we have seen March 8. After March 8, this has been the very big FI stocks sold, and where DI gave some support to the market, but it didn't sustain much because there is still a gap down of 1.7%. And index futures, there is a less quantity because they're not, then might not be having any clarity because we already took some support near 200 EMA. Maybe this says there is a bit of bullishness towards short term. At least we can say there could be some support at 200 levels. So what are the good bets for Nifty? We can say, okay, let me show the charts. In charts we could see easily. So in charts, as I said, until this breaks below 17,000 and below 17,180, puts sold are very good. Until this breaks above 17,300, calls were very good. For now I feel the strangles are good, like selling 17,100 put and also selling 17,400 calls, or else above 17,600 and also 16,800 if you want to take any safe bets. Aggressive bets, I don't recommend any aggressive bets for now because there is no proper direction still. So once it decisively broke 17,000, we can take very like long term trades. Once it broke or else 17,200, you can take for 17,000. Again we need to check whether how it's standing for 17,000, and again we can go for future short or aggressive selling. Okay, coming to Bank Nifty. Yeah, Bank Nifty, see the day candle, it's a perfect doji, and again it is between very narrow support 17 like 100 and 200 EMA. So we need to check how it's gonna sustain tomorrow. After doji there will be some confirmation whether it wants to go up or down. So for the next support, you can say like 36,400 is a very good support. For me, Bank Nifty looks bit better compared to Nifty, as except HDFC Bank, because it missed analysis of expectations, so that's why there is bit of bearishness because of Infosys and also HDFC Bank in complete Nifty and Bank Nifty especially, and overall it recovered a lot. So I expect some kind of bullishness of a Bank Nifty, maybe it tests this resistance again 17,200 levels. Let's see. So the safe bets are below 36,300, 36,000 below are very safe bets, and for even this here strangles are better, and above this 37,500 above calls are very good trades for tomorrow or this week if you want to hold long. Okay, so coming to ITC, as we discussed, ITC is still in continuous bullish channel. The target of 278 maybe we can see very easily tomorrow, maybe this week I guess, if until it doesn't break 264 level. So we can go for the bullish trades for positional or whatever you like. Reliance we already discussed, so it is in little bit of bearishness, and once if it tests here and if it give a small candle towards pullback, so you can sell here again if you don't want to sell here. So wait till the pullback and then you can sell. Okay guys, that's it for today. Thank you.